Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Blade Podcast. My name is Blake Williams, and this is my co-host,
Chris Durden.
And here are our guests,
Alecia Clements.
I'm Tyler Shaw.
How are y'all doing today?
Good, how are y'all?
Doing just fine. Let's start off with some background information about y'all's family. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
This is my oldest son, which he's 22 now. And then me and my husband also have a 5-year-old boy that we've adopted.
Okay.
So, yeah.
How was that, like, adopting a kid?
In family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he came from a family member.
Okay. Can you give us some information on Bentley's life prior to becoming the newest member of the family?
He lived with my mother and stepfather since he was born till he was what? 6. And then my mother passed away in January of 2001, and then that's when we got him.
2001.
I'm at 2021.
Wait a minute. 2001, and he's really young.
I want to say I was 1.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, I don't even know what year it is.
So when did you guys start noticing it was getting a lot more troublesome dealing with?
We noticed like his autism when my mom had him because he was probably 3. He was slow. He didn't hardly ever talk. If he talked, you really couldn't understand him. Feeding was. He would only really eat certain things, and I'm talking about picky down to probably 5 things.
Sounds like Blake.
Yeah.
He's a really picky eater.
Really picky.
Yeah.
So they got him diagnosed then, and then when I got him in January, I noticed more because I guess I paid more attention to him.
Okay.
I was comparing him with my 5-year-old to where he would just fall all the time. On air, it didn't matter. Nothing could trip him. He would just fall. Mm-hmm. So that's when I had called the orthopedic doctor to have him checked. And he knew then that it wasn't his bones or anything, so they sent us to Augusta. And that's when he got diagnosed with the muscular dystrophy.
Oh, and how was that process? Was it...
We went in, they admitted us, done some tests, we seen like all kind of doctors. So a neurologist pretty much is the one that diagnosed him with that. She came in, observed him, because if you actually look at his calf muscles, they look like they're built. They look like he has some really strong calf muscles, but they're fake.
Oh.
Yes, I didn't know that because I've always said that too because he really wouldn't climb, but he had big calf muscles. And she said, no, told me that was fake. Pretty much they have to do blood work and it takes like 8 weeks to come back. So we found out January 2nd, we got our official diagnosis then.
Okay, now how exactly was it fake? Like how did that work?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that. I wish I could show you his legs.
So like it looks built.
It looks built, but it's
his
not.
Body doesn't act like
I guess it's not really a muscle. I mean, it's tight. If you feel it, it's tight, but it's not. I don't know what's in there. Like she didn't say what was in there.
It's not like fat or anything?
No.
Well, no, none of it's tight like that.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Like, when you run, like, it defines your calf muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
you can
has.
really see
So
it.
his tone, it looks toned.
Yeah, it looks like he does leg presses every day.
That's crazy.
But they're just fake.
Man, I wish my legs could go like that and not do anything.
I know he does. I mean, he really has some.
That's wild.
Good legs.
Wow.
So how was #Team Bentley started?
We started Team Bentley. We knew he had the autism, so it was okay. We kind of dealt with that. When we got him, life really changed for him because he lost my mother, my stepfather, pretty much because, he come into our home. Right. He moved out of the home that he grew up in his whole life and come live with us with another child. So he was the only child for 6 years. And so we done it because, as you can see, he has one of the shirts on. Right. He races. Bentley loves racing. You can ask him anything about dirt track racing and he is on it. He knows it. He can tell you a lot more than we can probably tell you. So we done it and we are selling t-shirts to help with travel expenses and stuff like that. Because now we go to a MD clinic in Atlanta. That's the closest clinic we have around here that can help him because he has to have so many specialists.
Right. And how long has this campaign been going on?
We started it January or February.
First race? Or was it a little before that?
When?
A little before the first race?
Yeah. So, well, probably about February we started, and I think we sold about 100 shirts.
That's the race car.
And then we've also done our race cars
Okay.
in the Team Bentley.
Do you think you could send us this picture that we can use? That'd be great. That's a pretty cool car, honestly. And I know you mentioned that y'all raised money and stuff for travel expenses and stuff. What more has the campaign brought to you guys in terms of success?
We're trying to get the word out, and I'm
Yeah.
still new and learning a lot about the muscular dystrophy because
Right.
I knew nothing about it. I talked with a lady out of Atlanta, and she's helping me a lot in learning some things because he is now on steroids. He will be on steroids the rest of his life.
Really?
Yes, to where we progress every day and we grow. He's not. He's gonna go backwards every day. We're they're working now with insurance to start infusions. He'll have to take weekly infusions. All this is just to keep him mobile.
Wow.
Because by the time he's probably in his teens or he hit his teens, he will no longer be mobile. It affects his heart. It affects every part of his body, every muscle in his body. It affects because it's eating it away. So. We do that. I mean, we're doing it to try to get the word out because it's like they told us, if you find another kid with muscular dystrophy within 100 miles, you're good. It's not that often.
Right.
I think the closest one they know of me, I believe, is in Jekyll
Really?
that I've spoke with. Yes, there's not many at all. And then there's
Yeah.
one in Atlanta,
Right.
which they're older. They're a little bit older.
They're older. Well,
They're a little bit older. I think one's 14 and one's 10 or something.
okay.
Because they're already doing the infusions and
Yeah, and it's working well for them.
they're still mobile. The
Yeah.
one in Atlanta, he is still mobile right now at home
Okay.
and short distances. But even like Bentley now, he gives out real easily. We try to keep him going as much as we can and keep him active. But he will give out real easy, because the medication, what a lot of people don't see is they just see a child, he'll have a meltdown in a heartbeat for no reason.
Yeah.
You go to discipline him, he don't take it in like any other kid. He's going to show out. So, and a lot of people don't, they just look at it as a kid showing out.
Yeah. They don't really understand what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, because, it's not labeled across his head.
Yeah, right.
But, if you see him run or if you watch him, you'll know.
Yeah.
Or if you listen to him talk, you'll know something's not right.
But at
You
first
just-
glance,
Yeah,
you
you won't know.
You can't make that judgment.
Just another youngin' at that point, yeah.
Yeah. What have you guys learned from Bentley through this entire journey? Anything in particular, or just other than dealing with it, I guess?
I think just dealing with it right now is still fresh to us. It's been so far, we just been more of a fight with insurance to get his medicine started.
All right.
We fight, and it takes us a month to get steroids. It's taken, they started in December to get a stroller to help, when he gives out, to just help. Because he's done gained so much weight. He's done gained like 22 pounds in a couple of months.
Is that with his medicine?
Yes.
It gains like a pound a week.
Yes. So we've went from a size 6 to a size 10 in no time, just 2.5 months. So it's hard with that, because you hear
Right.
he's hungry, you think he's hungry, you don't want to tell him no.
Yeah.
So it's
Because you can't really tell.
it's a big learning experience. A
Definitely.
big learning experience. I don't know if we'll never ever know everything about it.
Right.
It's just we learn something new every day.
Well, how could somebody help Bentley, like the community?
I actually have a fundraiser going for the Jet Foundation on my Facebook page. It's on where like a lot of us parents are doing it or caregivers are doing it, and we're only setting our personal goals at $250. So anybody can go on my Facebook page, which is under Alecia Clements. They can see anything they need. And there's other foundations. I'm trying to think of that one today. Let me see if I can find the name of it real quick.
Is there a certain the name of the Facebook page or your Facebook that people can go to
It's
find
just
it?
my personal Facebook page. It's under Alecia Clements.
Okay.
And the Jet Foundation is pretty much the one that's helped us tremendously so far.
Okay.
They do a lot for families and they help families.
Well, that's good.
Yes. That's the biggest thing. We have our bank account set up at Durden Bank, which is under Alecia Clements for Bentley Mitchell. They can contact me on Facebook or wherever if they want a shirt. They can call my phone or text my phone at 478-299-7156.
All right.
However, we're open. We're open to anything.
Yeah. And is there something you'd like to address the community to maybe break the stigma for people with either diagnosis? Or do you think there is a stigma that the community has?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think there is because
Okay.
there's really nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
All right.
It's something that's passed on by the mother. The mother of this child has got 3 of them, 3 boys. It affects more boys than it does girls. We're testing the other 2 to make sure that they're good. But it's just.
I think the biggest thing is, from what my understanding of people with these diagnoses, is that patience is probably the biggest thing.
Yes.
One of the biggest things is
Yes.
a lot of patience, probably.
Yes.
So.
It takes a lot of patience. And, I've never been the one, that my kids, please act like you have some sense in public. Sorry. And I've always been big, especially with him. We don't bully. We don't see nobody any different,
Right.
And that's my big thing, I guess, with him is educate your kids.
Definitely.
Because I have my 5-year-old is the wild one. I'm not gonna. He's the tough one to break. But Bentley, he'll come home and he'll say stuff like, somebody was picking on him because he can't run as fast as them. And it's hard. It's even hard for us to try to explain it to our 5-year-old because we don't want him sitting there telling Bentley things.
Yeah.
Because we keep, we pretty much just go with the flow with Bentley. We don't tell him what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We don't want him to know. We're just going to take day by day with him.
Yeah.
So, and that's the main thing is just educate yourself and, talk to your kids.
Yeah, it's the best thing you can do.
Yes.
I noticed you have a tattoo down here. It's the thing for autism.
That's the autism
Yes.
awareness. I actually got that, a couple months before we got the muscular dystrophy. I'm wrapping my arm in memorable pieces.
Yeah, no, I
So
like that.
now I'm working on getting one for the muscular dystrophy.
That's really cool.
That's awesome, yeah.
Is there any final words you'd like to say to the community or anything like that?
No, I think we've about said everything.
Well, I'm definitely put the fundraiser, your Facebook and your number
Yes,
in
you
there.
can.
So if anybody at home, I'll put it up here one more time. You guys can check that out, give her a message, check the Facebook page, the GoFundMe. Is that what it is?
No, we don't have a
Oh, it's not a
GoFundMe. It's
it's
just
a
our
fundraiser.
bank account set up at Durden Bank.
Gotcha. So contact her Facebook or her phone number. If you guys like to help out, it'd be greatly appreciated. And thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Everybody at home, have a great day.